everybody. Jim from Jim's Coleus. Happy pre-Halloween. Don't eat too much candy. Short thing I'm going on right now. I have front cap veneers. Had them done 36 years ago, 1989. So, and they're just starting to falter. I had a hairline crack in one of them, and the other one broke last week eating salad. My wife's like, eat better, eat more healthy. I eat healthy, and now it's costing me $1,000 for a tooth. But anyway, I got good coverage. We're going to try to work on that. But anyway, happy Halloween. Enjoy it. Enjoy the kids coming to the house, as I do. And again, don't eat too much candy now. Okay, so today I'm going to do a video. If you're unaware of Coleus Rootings, you take a cutting of a Coleus. You put it in a vase. I get to detail now. You put it in a vase. After about a week, it'll start growing roots. Keep the water in it. Just keep changing water. You don't have to keep cleaning the water. I did some videos years ago where I used to change the water every week or a few days. Unnecessary. You can use distilled water or water. I have no problem with the tap water. So my Coleus have always done well with my tap water, so I don't go and buy the distilled water. So give it a try. If you know, try one and the other and see which one works best for you. But you can keep rootings, and I'm going to show you how to keep rootings going through the fall, winter, into spring, and then you could do what you want with them and bring them outside like I do with my Lord Voldemort, which I cannot get anymore. So for the past 8-10 years, I've kept the same Lord Voldemort plant going by keeping numerous cuttings, which turn into rootings through the fall and winter, and then I transplant them every year into the spring, into this larger pot outside, and then I take cuttings in the fall and I recycle it that way. So, all right, so let me show you exactly what rootings are about if you're unaware, if you're not sure if you can do it, and we'll get into some more detail on that. Okay, so I have my indoor security. My froggies don't want to come inside, so I have my 3 security guards here. They're fairly decent. They're all right. Sometimes they have a foul language. I got these, my God, 30 years ago, 20 years ago, I guess when South Park first came out, and they only one works.
I really learned something today.
Yeah, thank you. I'm glad. I hope so. I hope everybody learned something today. But we have these 3 little guys. So these are my security officers. And this is just one location that I keep my Coleus rootings. Now, they were cuttings. Now they have developed roots, so you consider them rootings. These are my Lord Voldemorts. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have another one in the front, so I generally keep about 7 or 8. But over the years, I found that the Lord Voldemort rootings, they're very hardy, and they generally last all through the fall and winter into spring. But I always take numerous rootings because things happen. Sometimes I may lose one. Actually, I think I did lose one. It just didn't look right, and I threw it out. But you can see I have Lord Voldemort's, and there's one fishnet there. So this is a great location. This actually, unlike a lot of windows where you say, hey, you know, a south-facing window is the best, these are in my family room. These face west. So they get bright light. They get daylight all day long. But they get a lot of afternoon sun, a lot of afternoon direct sun. And they do really, really well here. They're very happy in these 3 port windows. So you can actually keep your rootings going all through the fall, winter, into spring. Okay, ideally, this is my south-facing bay window. This is the ideal location to keep any potted plant. These are my 3 that made the cut. My Orchard Road, my La Rambla, and this is that little mix, sort of a jitters hybrid mix. I just didn't want to toss it. So I'm going to keep these. I have a witches cutting. I'm going to try. I do have the seeds. But I figured, you know what? I cut this one. Let me give it a try, see how it does. And another Lord Voldemort cutting. So this is a south-facing window. My overwintered plants do very well here. Again, I don't keep a lot of overwintered Coleus. These three made the cut. And this location is excellent for my cuttings. And if you're new to my channel, if you look through, I have hundreds of videos. When I start my Coleus in my greenhouse here and eventually bring my racks in, this is where I put the germinations when they become juvenile plants on racks until it's warm enough to bring them to my outdoor greenhouse. All right, so now let me get into a little more detail real quick on how to keep your Coleus cuttings, rootings all winter into fall, all fall, winter into spring.
A few moments
okay,
later.
and don't forget, head over to Jim's Coleus Seeds on eBay. Get your Coleus seeds. I have plenty. This is one stack I have packed up, ready to go. So head over to Jim's Coleus on eBay. Get your Coleus seeds. I have them on sale. They're $2 off a pack of 12. Regularly $19.99. They're on sale for $17.99, and I have an 8-pack for $12.99. So head over there and get your Coleus seeds, get ready for spring, or give them as a holiday stocking stuffer. Great idea. I give you 12 or 8 varieties, all individually marked, separated in glycine, resealable baggies, and I give you more Coleus seeds than most competitors. I have an excellent A+ eBay rating, and I guarantee you'll love the Coleus. Read my reviews, my feedback. People love them. They get lots and lots of colorful Coleus. Learn how to grow Coleus from seed. Plus, besides the Coleus seeds, you get me, access to me. You have any problems, questions, no matter how dumb, and I don't care how dumb the question you may think it is. There are no stupid questions, and everybody has a green thumb. So go to Jim's Coleus Seeds on eBay. Get your Coleus seeds, and let's learn to grow Coleus together. Okay, so here we are. I just took a sample of the Coleus. Here's a fishnet. And you can see this is well rooted already. And I cut this, not kidding, probably 3 weeks ago. And look at the root ball. It's amazing. Some Coleus root really quick. This one I did a week ago and it still hasn't rooted. But this is the first time I ever rooted a witch. So we'll see what happens with this. I can get rid of a couple of the top leaves, but some of these larger leaves I could probably cut, but I want to really see. You're going to lose some of them. I mean, this has got a lot of leaves for a rooting, but it's doing okay. I'm going to see what happens on it. And the rest, primarily, I keep Lord Voldemort, and that's it. I don't keep rootings, other types. I have over the years. Not every variety will make it through the fall, winter, and into spring. It depends. I've had Saturns last all through the fall and winter, I had no problem. Some of the Kongs, they don't do too well, like those big giant empires. I have plenty of seeds, so there's no reason for me to keep the cuttings. Again, there's different reasons to do it. People like to, if you can't get seeds, that's the primary reason why I keep the cuttings of these Lord Voldemorts. This one doesn't look that great, so we're gonna cut that off. I don't really spend a lot of time trimming them unless I see a leaf that's got some damage to it. I don't think I have any worms on here. I see this. This is an insect that may have been existing. I don't remember. A couple of these small. Make sure the leaves don't get into your water. But these Lord Voldemorts, again, if you're new to my channel, I bought a Lord Voldemort about 10 years ago. I can't remember where I got it, honestly, and I can't find them anymore. So, again, I keep numerous rootings, and then in the spring, I replant them. I plant around 6 or 4 in a large planter. Grows up to be a huge plant like this here. And then I enjoy it all spring, summer, into fall. And then late fall, I start it all over again, the cycle. And I cut a bunch of rootings. And that'll be my plant for the following year. So these do really well because they're very hardy. And the same thing with the fishnet. So they're very, very hardy. I find that the Coleus Now you can see this. These are dark. They're like a black. They're very, very heavy compared to some of these that have green. But you can actually see some roots coming out. So this one's doing okay. Some of the Coleus, like the Wizard Roses, the really delicate ones, don't do well. They just don't last. As fall and winter progresses, the daylights get the days grow shorter. There's less sun, less intense sun. So your Coleus are gonna look, your rootings and your overwintered Coleus you're gonna lose some leaves. They're not gonna look as bright and vibrant. They actually get pale. They may pale out a lot. They may look like really bad. I found that these Lord Voldemorts don't that much. They get a little bit pale, but they still keep a pretty. They keep pretty well. They're pretty. These are really good. They're great candidates for overwintering. But some of them, like these here, I'll lose. You see some of these that start to lose. I mean, there's a lot of leaves. There's a lot of foliage on this fishnet. So I'll see what happens. But this one, these fishnets generally make it in. I mean, that's a huge root ball already. So again, not all Coleus, and the only way you really find out is through experimentation and experience. Okay, just real quick, water. I don't use distilled water. You can use distilled water. If you always have distilled water in your home, then use it. I have great tap water. I have no problem with my tap water, so I use tap water. I use tap water, and I like these clear colored vases. I get them at the dollar store, and they're great because, number one, you can see through them. They let light in, and you can see just at a glance what's going on in there, how the roots look and so forth, or the rooting, how if the water is low. The water's always going to get low. You can use these, but the only downside is that you can't see the water. You can't see what's going on in there. At a glance, I can look and say, okay, yeah, we need some water in these here, and this one I can't. It doesn't allow light in, although the jury's still out, in my experience, on whether sunlight direct onto the water and roots has any benefit. I really haven't, myself, I haven't found I haven't found it to be a major difference where I say, hey, I better just keep these in the clear colored vases. Although, these are beautiful. They have a little artwork, and these are beautiful because the color, and then when the sunlight hits it, it's beautiful. So they're both very good to use, and it's great. They last all fall and winter. Change your water, add water. I add water now. I used to change the water all the time. The only time I'll actually change the water completely is if it really looks dirty, murky, and there's a lot of debris in it. Like this one here has a leaf stuck and there's a leaf in it. Or as the root ball gets older, it may get some debris, just stuff that falls into the water. Then I'll give it a quick rinse, but I don't mess with the root ball much. I really don't disturb it much. So that's the best advice I could do for you. Add water, keep adding your water. Eventually, root hormone, it might be almost look like a slime, will form. Root hormone will form. That's actually good for the root. It's hormone. So that keeps it going. So that's why I don't really mess with it. Again, I'll only rinse and put new water in, again, if it looks dirty in there. I mean, really filled with debris. I mean, that's minimal. That's really nothing to worry about. So keep a bottle, keep those little plant things, or just add water. I use one of the small watering cans, and I just add water when needed. Do you have to fill it to the very top? No. I keep my rootings really long because I know that these are going to go into deep pots. So if you do keep water in here, up here all the time, you're going to get roots along the whole stem in general. unless it's a really thirsty cutting, then like you really don't have to worry about roots forming here, because it sucks up the water so fast that this section doesn't sit in water a lot. But again, I don't worry about it because I do pot these into deep pots. It's actually very helpful when I do repot them in the spring, because the squirrels can't dig them out, or they have a very difficult time digging them out because they're set so deeply into the pot. That's why I keep rootings really long. You don't have to. If you just want to pot a couple of small Coleus your own, then you can cut it right here. If you just want to put it into a regular, say a 4-inch pot or a smaller pot, you don't need to cut it this long. This is just me. It's how I do it. But you can cut it here, keep it in the water, and once it roots, keep it all winter long into spring, and then pot it when you're ready. Okay, and lastly, I don't add anything. I don't put fertilizer in it. I don't add root hormone. I don't put liquid fertilizer. I don't mess with. I just make sure the water there's water in there, and make sure it looks clean. And I'll only rinse again if it looks like there's a lot of debris in there. And of course, light. All right, everybody, I hope that helps out. I hope that clarifies things if you're new to cuttings, rootings. It's really easy, and it's a really neat way to keep a plant going for generations, for years and years and years, for like my Lord Voldemort. It's a great thing. If I don't have seeds, I can't get seeds, I can't get the plant, so this is the best way for me to enjoy a favorite Coleus of mine where I can't get. And that's what's neat about Coleus. So you can grow them from seed, you can overwinter them, and you could take cuttings. Or you could do a combination of all three. It depends on you and what your goal is. My goal is to keep these Lord Voldemorts going for as long as I can, until I can find one that's for sale, which I don't see. I really don't see any on the internet. But that's the reason why I keep the Lord Voldemorts and why I keep my cuttings going. And you can keep your cuttings going all fall, winter. It's not a lot of work. Just keep up on the water. Make sure it gets light, and you'll be good to go. And you may or will lose a few of them. Depends on how many you cut, and how hardy they are. The Lord Voldemorts, the fishnets are pretty hardy. The dainty ones like the Wizard Roses and the Scarlets, some of them don't always do good, but try like I have. And the only way you really know is by trying. Failing, trying, failing, trying, and being successful like anything else. So don't be afraid. You didn't do anything wrong. You have me to reach out if you have any problems, questions. Remember, no question is ever too stupid. So thanks again. Thanks for watching, everybody. Happy Halloween. Go eat on that candy, and we'll see you soon. And remember, head over to Jim's Coleus Seeds on eBay. Get your Coleus seeds. Get them ready. Put them in a cool, dark closet, not in the fridge. Don't put them in the freezer. In a dark closet until you're ready for spring, or give them to a family member for a stocking stuffer. Perfect gift for plant lovers. So, all right, thanks for watching Jim's Coleus. Everybody, take care, and we'll talk to you soon.